Hello and welcome to The Studio Demands It, an exercise in creative thinking where we will conceptualize, pitch, and craft a film or series based on the demands from one of you listeners acting as a hypothetical Hollywood overlord, as professional screenwriters ourselves and massive cinephiles. I try to get past you.
You did. Well, you did the first one.
As professional screenwriters ourselves and massive cinephiles, we talk movies all the time, and we like to believe that we could meet any demand thrown at us. We will be your screenwriters for this episode. I am TC DeWitt, and joining me, as always, is Jim. Pardon the interruption, Brzelik. Jim, you can join me. Jim. Oh my God, you're gonna leave me hanging here? Okay. So anyway, I realized you're just gonna sit there.
You got more to read.
No, that's the end of the intro.
You started talking. You interrupted yourself.
As always,
to incredulously scold me.
No, I interrupted you
just now.
We will be the screenwriters.
No, you finished what you were saying, and then you started talking.
Yeah.
And then you said you're really going to do this. You interrupted yourself.
Okay.
To go.
I'm done with the intro. I did the whole intro.
Now do the episode.
No, I'm not going to do the episode without you.
I'm here.
So, this is your middle name. I'm sorry that I'm hanging my head in shame right now. This is wild.
No, it was a fun bit. I don't. What do you want me to say? You interrupted me good.
No. Actually, I do want to. This is a worthy discussion. The reason I did this is someone messaged us recently because they're listening to our whole series, and they got to the point where Overlord became
too much.
No, not too much. That's the conversation right here. The Overlord started becoming a habit because you did it once or twice, and then you didn't do it, and then I pointed out that you didn't do it, and then you said, "Well, I don't want to make it my thing," and I made you make it your thing, and then it stayed your thing, and so now the fans might revolt.
I kind of like it.
You like it, okay? Let's try again.
No, I haven't liked it for like 4 years now, but it's you've insisted on it.
Giggity. Hello and welcome to the Studio Demands an exercise in creative thinking where we will conceptualize, pitch, and craft a film or series based on the demands of one of you listeners acting as a hypothetical Hollywood overlord.
Acting.
No! As professional screenwriters ourselves and massive cinephiles, we talk movies all the time.
Screenwriters.
And we'd like to believe that we could meet any demand thrown at us. We will be your screenwriters for this episode. I'm TC DeWitt, and joining me as always is Jim. I'm sorry about that.
What?
Brzelik.
What has happened?
I'm not doing this isn't a Happy Death Day all over again. Okay. It literally was just...
Okay.
In the heat of the moment, I interrupted you.
And that's fine. It's fun.
Yeah. Good.
But then, and we got through that. Mm-hmm. And then we did a bit where you paused and wanted me to react, and I didn't react.
I remember I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you started.
Yeah.
Which was fine. I wanted you to start and get to a conversation.
Sure.
But then you interrupted yourself to come back
to
apologizing
talk to you
about what was happening.
Yeah.
So what's the demand for this episode? What's going on?
That was 3.5 minutes of absolute bullshit. Thank you, everyone. Our listeners have given us demands from studios literally all over the world, and you listening now, you can let me know if Jim should keep saying Overlord. Do you want to keep saying Overlord?
So there was more.
No, I don't get to that till after the conversation. You can send us any demand you'd like, and we will have to meet it right here on the spot. And when we reach the end of the episode, if we've done our jobs, we will have pitched a full script and story meeting or even exceeding those demands. And when the end of the season comes, and it is quickly approaching, your demands could have helped us craft a script that will be greenlit by the fans for the finale. Thank you, everyone who has been submitting. Please keep them coming. Jim, the end of the season is approaching. Now, this is... by next episode-ish, maybe, because we technically have 2 more mainline episodes of the season before we get into our 3-episode wrap-up, which includes the crossover with the AZP. We're getting towards vote time. So the conversation can now begin. People, if you want to start campaigning to us to narrow down if you want to start narrowing down your
lobbyists, start lobbying.
Yeah, start lobbying.
I like steak.
Yeah. And Jim will
steak dinners and cigars and scotch.
You can probably Reddit and the Discord are going to be the spots to really start your lobbying and campaigning. But of course, you can message us. But that being said, today's demands, plural, comes from, first is Marissa from 2 S's Not 1 Studios. In 2004, Nicolas Cage stole the Declaration of Independence and grossed $350 million. In 2007, he kidnapped the president and earned $460 million.
That's weird.
What's that?
Well, because we were watching those movies.
Yeah.
And we were talking about them, and we were talking about, well, why didn't they make a third?
Yeah.
We'll probably continue that. I'll let you finish the demand.
The fact that a third National Treasure movie did not happen in or about 2010 is baffling. Nick Cage doesn't exactly say no to a script. And Disney has no history of leaving money on the table and not beating a horse of a franchise to literal death. Jeez.
Yeah.
And yet, they failed to strike when the iron was hot. National Treasure Edge of History did so poorly, none of you remembered it existed on Disney Plus in 2022. Our studio demands a Nicolas Cage, Diane Kruger, Justin Bartha National Treasure 3, maintain the historical treasure hunting, and make a movie that grosses $570 million. Mm-hmm. Tall order. Okay.
Nah, inflation will take care of it.
Yeah, inflation will take care of it. And then from Justin at Incoherent Grunting Pictures, National Treasure came out in 2004. Marissa just told us that. Pay attention.
Marissa with 2 S's.
Marissa, yeah. National Treasure Book of Secrets came out in 2007. Why wasn't there a National Treasure 3 in 2010? Yeah. My studio is making that happen right now, here and now, by asking you two to speculate a third film of that year, keeping the main cast. Keep the American history angle. My studio demands it. Thanks for taking my demand. Okay. Marissa, Justin, because we're in the last months of the year where search engine optimization and fun episode ideas become weirdly crisscrossed and whatnot, I, on a whim, told Jim, I was like, let's grab. We have a couple of demands that have come through that we've ignored for seasons now.
Sure.
And there were a few others of you who had National Treasure was one that's popped up quite a bit since season 1.
Oh.
So I was like, you know what, let's do that. Let's watch the first National Treasure and maybe the second one, and then just take one of these demands. And here we are. Both Marissa with 2 S's and Justin have asked us.
With Incoherent Grunting.
With Incoherent. Have asked us to do a National Treasure 3. Okay. Justin gave the stipulation that we do it in 2010. Mm-hmm. Marissa did not. What do you think? Should we imagine this in the past or imagine it now? Because that's going to change things.
How do you think it's going to change that? Because I think we can have both. I think we can make both demands.
I think
whatever plot we come up with isn't going to hinge on the time period.
Right. The 15-year difference between the two. I think that as well. Like we there might be something we come up with that suggests would be better in 2010, but I say we don't worry about that right now. I think we can just conceptualize what a third movie should be. Ultimately, why I think it matters is the age gap. The difference between Nicolas Cage, Diane Kruger, and Justin Bartha 15 years ago. Right? 15? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is going to be, they're older now. So we're looking at technically a legacy sequel if we'd said it now. I don't think we necessarily need to worry about that at this point in time. So, Justin, we're not disregarding your demand per se. We're just going to set it over here for now. Jim, you don't have a love for these movies. You don't dislike them.
So, most of the audience wasn't there when we did the commentary track for National Treasure. You can go listen to it.
Yeah.
And I am quite down on it through the watching. And then at the end, we come back and I have a different opinion. Mm-hmm. Our watching of we watched both of them. I am much warmer on both of these movies on this franchise now.
Yeah, and my feelings about it were similar to, I dropped it in the commentary, I'll say here, Patrick Willems does a nice video essay about it's okay for just movies to be movies. You don't have to, and National Treasure was his like comfort viewing movie.
Sure.
Because it's just a good movie.
And I see that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like these movies okay. I'm not crazy passionate about them. Mm. There we go.
Okay, so the opportunity to make a third one, for those who might need a reminder, the first one.
That's the wrong attitude. I always I complain about the filmmakers who've gone into interviews and like, I didn't really care for the franchise. Like, then why did you take the job? No, I love National Treasure, and I'm excited to be here and to talk about it and to make a new one.
Good.
I'm on board.
Good. Well, the first one, in order to prevent the Declaration of Independence being stolen by Sean Bean's villainous Ian, in order to find a hidden treasure that the Knights Templar and the Masons hid away in America, a big gold chest full of bullion from centuries past. Nicolas Cage decides to steal it and follow the clues to find it, and he does. The second one, we learn that the Confederacy, not just assassinating Abraham Lincoln, but they are also going to find the hidden treasure of
Cibola,
the City of Gold,
hidden City of Gold,
in order to finance the continued Civil War. And they disgraced the name of Ed Harris's character disgraces the name of the Gates family, Benjamin Franklin Gates and Patrick Gates and the Gates family, in order to instigate him to find the city of Gold.
Yeah.
And he does. So, what to do now? We have to getting to play with American history. I'm curious if anything springs to your mind.
Yes.
I didn't know what the demands were going to be. I assumed something in the realm of make another National Treasure. I'm glad to see it's literally make a third one, and with Nick Cage.
Sure.
So now let's discuss. Where does your mind go with this?
The first place I go, I want to know what the MacGuffin is. I want to know what they're chasing down.
Sure. Yeah.
And the first thing that occurred to me in thinking about this is the Fountain of Youth.
Oh yeah. Okay. So then it's not so much finding like a gold. They've already found 2 giant treasure chests, right?
Well, we don't have to say what the Fountain of Youth is. They searched for the Fountain of Youth in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean, whatever. And Pirates.
Yeah.
But our Fountain of Youth doesn't have to be that. In fact, it probably shouldn't be. National Treasure after 2 movies has there is nothing mystical. There's a little bit of super science sounds extraordinary,
almost steampunk super science.
Yeah, basically the lenses. They do the special glasses.
And there's booby traps with like a lot of gears and ropes. And
those. Oh, I see what you mean. But you're referring to that for what I don't count as. I'm thinking of paranormal weirdness.
Right, and then Pirates
and the only fictional science that I mean I guess what you're saying the booby traps, like how did they I see what you're saying.
Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides went after the Fountain Youth. The search for the Holy Grail is a bit, seeking endless life kind of as well. And National Treasure certainly was developed under the idea of give us one of them Indiana Joneses. But to your point, this series has not given us any fantastical supernatural elements. So going after the Fountain of Youth, Benjamin being like, okay, well, I'm sorry. Oh, it's not actually like a fountain of youth. It's the idea of it, right? Like he could have some sort of historical explanation for what it actually is. Right? Is that, or are you suggesting
No, I don't want it to be paranormal. I don't want him to immediately be like know about. He will know about the legend of it, but I don't think he like. And maybe he would speculate. I think he shouldn't be the expert here. I wouldn't want to because it is so weird and out there that he'd be like, I don't believe in that kind of stuff.
Right.
I believe that maybe it was this. Basically, I think it would be fun if Riley was the one who had more knowledge.
Well, certainly
on this.
They did make him much more of a conspiracy nut in Book of Secrets.
Yeah.
He, Area 51 and all that. There is what has been suggested as a seed of an idea for what the third movie might be.
And actually it was the end of 2 is what gave me this the notion of the Fountain
of Youth. Well, am I right in saying that when there's the page 47 in the book, the presidential Book of Secrets, Benjamin looks at it, the president says, what did you and he says life altering or life changing? Life altering. Did that somehow trigger?
Yes, that's what triggered it. Yeah.
Okay, so
So maybe Ben Gates does know all about it.
Okay. I like because that sort of is a hanging thread of an offhanded like, well, what was on page 47? Let us
Yeah.
speculate. Do you want to utilize that as possibly the
That's where my mind first went.
Mhm,
It
mhm.
doesn't mean that that's what it has to be. That's not what we have to go after. I'm willing to hear other ideas.
other MacGuffins that they're
Yeah.
chasing down? I don't know. Found in the Youth is pretty strong of an idea, uh, because I don't want it to be aliens. I don't want Area
Sure.
51 to come into play here because if we're going to deal with American history, I like the idea of American. They used the founding fathers and the Revolutionary era, and they
Hmm.
used the Civil War era. When the further away from that we get towards the 20th century and the 21st century, I'm less interested.
Sure.
But at the same time, with the MacGuffin, there can come other historical things like the JFK assassination. And if the Fountain of Youth and the JFK assassination are somehow linked in some
Mm.
capacity, we might have some threads that we can start tying together.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Uh, I don't want to do the moon landing as fake, unless you think that's an area to go
No.
towards. Yeah.
No. I wouldn't want to do the moon landing as fake. I wouldn't. Oh. My mind does immediately start going paranormal and supernatural with stuff, unfortunately, because I want to connect in some way page 47 to aliens, to Area 51, because and
Roswell.
for the
Yeah.
dumbest reason, well, because because Roswell took place in 1947.
Yeah.
But that's not a super strong connection. Yeah.
So
And also, as far as the Fountain of Youth goes, I don't know enough about Ponce de Leon to know how we can incorporate that.
that into the American history,
Yeah.
the idea of it. Like, well, Fountain of Youth also was in Jungle Cruise. That was another
Yeah.
movie that of recent that dealt with the Fountain of Youth. So let's set Fountain of Youth aside over here with what else did I put over here earlier? Oh, the 2010. We're going to put the Fountain of
Yeah.
Youth by 2010 over
Okay.
here. Can you think of any other MacGuffins? Right? I'm saying that
Sure,
for both
yeah.
of us just because I'm thinking as I'm speaking
Mhm.
because dead air is not interesting to listen to.
No. And here it comes.
What was the first treasure? It was the Knights Templar treasure, right?
Yeah.
And
That the founding fathers stole from Europe. Well, I guess they said the Masons stole from Europe and brought to the U.S.
yeah,
and buried.
so what are some other national treasures?
Yeah.
Like that can be treasures. Like I don't know. Like I probably should have given this some thought before entering this pitch meeting.
No, that's okay.
Because I didn't watch the show, but I decided to read the entire synopsis of what the show was about.
Okay.
And it was about a treasure in the bayou in Louisiana, and it didn't really have the impact of a national treasure. It felt more like a local treasure. But Harvey Keitel's in the show in
Oh.
a small role because he's a Mason, but in the show he's kind of suffering from early stages of dementia.
Oh no.
Riley's in the show as well, briefly, and Catherine Zeta-Jones played the villainess.
Oh.
But it's just a bunch of 20-somethings smooching and chasing treasure.
It's a CW show.
Yeah, kind of. So like what? Okay, so I will always, anytime American history comes up, I always think of Tesla and Einstein and their involvement in American history. And I know you always bump against it because you have a very, but I've managed to get there a few times. In one way or another.
Well, that also moves really far into the 20th century.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So
right. Like what other treasures could they have stolen and made national treasure?
Okay.
And it probably should be the Masons doing it. So like the idea of they stole a bunch of Nazi gold. Oh, you mean a bunch of gold that the Nazis stole?
Yeah. Well, let's think of the first movie. So they stole. That was a cache of treasures over the course of many.
It was the Templars
Yeah.
who had raided much of Europe and even more importantly
Yeah.
the Middle East.
And to Benjamin
took their own
yeah.
treasure. Yeah.
And to Benjamin's credit, when he finds that treasure at the end of the first one, he's like, we need to spread this to all the international museums. This isn't an American treasure. This is an international treasure.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something like the Lost Library of Alexandria, that the books were, legend says that volumes from Alexandria were protected and have been passed along, and that's the treasure they're looking for. So then it's this ancient history that could be saved again.
It could. So my concern is that is not it doesn't start with an American.
Well, neither did the first one. The Knights brought it.
No,
here.
But the Knights didn't bring it here. The Masons brought it here, and the Masons do, like, historically connect directly to the Templars. Like
Sure.
there's
Yes.
relationship, and the Masons were a very big deal amongst our founding fathers and early America. So that's how this international treasure is the national treasure.
Right. I'm saying we could do that again.
You're saying we can make up a reason.
Yes.
That the Library of Alexandria is here.
Exactly.
The only thing, like, it's the Masons again.
Right. And
they did it again.
They did it again, or that there was
there's a second Masonic,
or that there was
trove.
a division, like a group within the Masons who splintered off. And oh god, I mean, I always love looking at Agent 355 as a character. I know I bring her up often, but like we could connect back to the Revolutionary War, or we do World War II, because you had suggested Nazi gold, but yes, that gold was stolen by the Nazis. Fuck those guys.
But if that were the case, it would be a much more recent national treasure. So we're not going to have ancient traps and stuff.
Right. And that's just throwing noodles right now.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like the crown jewels of.
It's too ridiculous, but we have a giant store of cheese. We have a mountain full of cheese.
In America?
Yes.
We have a cheese mountain.
Yeah.
Go on.
Because during, I think it was during the Depression, they started paying, or I think maybe coming out of the Depression, the government paid dairy farmers, because otherwise they held up the dairy industry. And to do that, they basically bought all of this milk and all this cheese, all this dairy, and they put it in a giant vault, which is basically an entire mountain, and it's full of cheese. It's literal government cheese.
Oh my god!
It's full. So we have an enormous cheese reserve.
So like, we just have a surplus of cheese. The government converted
money to cheese.
Yes. Leave it to two boys from Wisconsin to give you a national treasure about cheese. The crown jewels of the Romanovs. I know
the Russian treasure.
Yeah, the Russian treasure, the missing Romanov treasure that was looted and hidden during their revolution, could lead to a globetrotting hunt connecting modern Russia and imperial secrets.
So I know in Deadlands, one of the things that happens is the Santa Anna attacked the U.S. a couple times. Santa Anna, and hang on, I want to make sure this is real before I go and do another iron shirt thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the treasure could be, so it's not just another room full of gold. I don't think we need a third room full of gold. I want to try to. That's why I think like having a collection of ancient texts.
So this is still on display, but Santa Anna, a prominent Mexican general and president, he lost his leg. Like he had a wooden leg.
Yeah.
Well, I think he lost his real leg fighting the French in 1838, and later I'm just going to finish reading the full AI overview. And later, his cork and wooden artificial leg was captured by U.S. troops at the Battle of Cerro Gordo in 1847 during the Mexican-American War. The captured leg was displayed by Illinois troops and is now housed at the Illinois State Military Museum.
Huh. All right. So we're going after...
That wouldn't be a fictional one. It's a real... What I mean is, it's not like a treasure hoard. It's an artifact that we already have.
A singular artifact.
Yeah.
Okay, I've while you were doing that, I was listening, but I also thought of another thing we could connect this to, the Alamo. Since move.
That was my thought with the Fountain of Youth.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Connecting it to the Alamo and stuff like that.
Fountain of Youth, something. So did some maybe something occurred at the. Thinking of our prologue, there was like that the Battle of the Alamo was actually there was a secret battle occurring for access to the Fountain of Youth.
Uh, Maybe it would be something like they were protecting something. They were protecting a certain secret.
Mm-hmm. So the Alamo was 1930 or 18.
And they all died
Yeah.
keeping that secret.
And the Alamo was 1830 something,
I
35,
think so.
36.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the Alamo was actually within the Alamo
We would have to go to the Alamo and find a clue
in the basement.
in the basement.
There's no basement at the Alamo.
Ben Gates will find it.
Yeah, like maybe there's like a secret archive. If is the Fountain of Youth like okay? I think this works. Like let's play with this. Is the Fountain of Youth? It's not going to be supernatural, right? We're going to find some figurative
I don't
way.
think it should be. Yeah.
Okay. What could it be a metaphor for? What is the secret? Is it knowledge? I think I go back to like the Library of Alexandria being something that we might have could be a point of inspiration of the Fountain of Youth is knowledge, or it's a fountain of knowledge, and it's actually a collection of not just the Library of Alexandria, but like texts and tomes from like Mesopotamia and Babylonia, and like maybe I don't know if that works into like why protect that information. I don't know.
My only hesitation is I don't other than us making it, I don't really know of any connection between youth and knowledge.
Okay.
If anything, it's the reverse.
Sure. Like knowledge equals maturity and whatnot. Okay. Yeah.
But right, like otherwise, that's a fun idea. Like that could be where your stolen Library of Alexandria stuff is.
Like at the Fountain of Youth.
Something like that.
The attack on the Alamo, the fall of the Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
never forget. Protecting the secret to a thing, right? So, I suppose what could that be? Like, what is the Fountain of Youth? Let's like if that's
Sure.
a MacGuffin. That's what we're trying to get to. What could it be?
First, could it just be some more gold?
Well, that's the thing I'm trying to avoid. Is like it
Sure.
could be. It could be. It very
I
much
would.
could be.
Yeah, I would as well. But just it could just be another treasure trove.
Do we? Is that? I don't know if that's as satisfying. Like to just have another treasure. Now, granted, the second movie did it well, where it went on a
Mhm.
similar adventure and found a way to do it satisfactorily. So perhaps going for a third room of gold is fine. But I challenge that we can. I challenge ourselves. I think we could do better than another room full of gold. So finding what is the metaphorical Fountain of Youth actually is the question I keep asking,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm only asking it because I'm trying to think of an answer. So if
it could be something related to history, because the notion of right, the last movie left off on that notion of legacy
Mhm.
and the notion of being remembered for having done something, and the longer you're remembered for doing something, that's the closest we have to immortality, and thus that is why it's called the Fountain of Youth, because it is a hoard of historical records.
yeah, but then
But
you
why
make
is
a
that
fair
life
point.
altering to the president?
Right. we don't have to connect it to
We
page
don't.
47, right? I think if the Fountain of Youth, it's not a spring of eternal life, but a library of knowledge. How is that? I guess it's like the people who enter the Fountain of Youth, the misinterpretation of it. The people who enter the spring of knowledge
Mm-hmm.
are but babes, and when they leave there, they filled their soul with their mind and body and spirit with so much like lifetimes of information, of knowledge, that the misinterpretation of that isn't, oh, you go to the well and you have immortality, you have lifetimes, you go to the spring and drink from it, quote unquote.
The font of knowledge.
And you have lifetimes of information there for you. What do you think of that?
It would work.
You don't love it.
I don't love it. I might love it by the end of the episode, but I'm probably not going to give up on the gold element as quickly. What about El Dorado, another city of gold?
Ooh, yeah.
What if El Dorado ultimately is in the Grand Canyon?
Okay.
And here's what I mean by that is like, so the legends they stumble across, right? The El Dorado is this lost city of gold. They follow the path, and the signs point to the Grand Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
The reason, I mean, we know the real reason the Grand Canyon is the way it is because of gajillions of years of river erosion. But what if the idea is it is this empty place because the city of gold used to be there and it has been disappeared, right? Or at least that's the legend. And what they end up finding is that the city of gold isn't actually wasn't the space that the Grand Canyon now is. Like, he finds an underground tunnel system that leads to another city of gold beneath the Grand Canyon, not necessarily beneath the river, but like between the cliffs and stuff of the Grand Canyon.
So the conquistadors who believed in El Dorado, they were looking for it and could never find it because there was a cipher, like a riddle that was never written down. It was only ever whispered.
Yeah.
Like the riddle was never put on any sort of text or anything. It was
something like that.
Only ever whispered through generations, and the riddles always misled travelers, but would-be conquerors to find the city of gold. I'm just trying to think of like what's our prologue.
So here. I believe the Navajo call the Grand Canyon. Or one of the tribes calls the Grand Canyon, whatever they call it, it translates to the House of Wind and Light, I think. Do with that what you will. Go. Okay. And go.
House of Wind and Light. Oh, okay. The riddles and ciphers that they have to decode are, because it was a whispered thing that they never wrote them down. The wind and light that they have to eventually like interpret are astrological and geometric things, and like star patterns, and like the wind and light of the ancient sky, and having to interpret star patterns and whatnot. So at least at one point, that's like the first tipping point of like Benjamin's like, there's no riddle, there's nothing to deduce. History has no there's zero documentation for us to decipher, and through. It's sort of that like Tony Stark accidentally inventing time travel in Endgame moment where it's like where he puts it together like, wait, they didn't write it down, they didn't have to. It's the stars. Like that the first clue that they can decipher is by using star
I don't know
patterns.
if that'd be the first clue. That might be the last clue, because if the treasure is there, we want them to get to the Grand Canyon like last.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just trying to think like what like launches them into the adventure, and if it's there's a codex with no code, it's because the code was never written down. How do we crack the codex? And Benjamin figures out, or Riley does. Like, I like the idea that Benjamin takes a side seat here. It's like the stars, the light and wind.
I don't think this should be the first one. I think we can incorporate the other things we've been talking about. So
like starting at the Alamo.
Real broad strokes.
Sure.
Something happens, and Ben Gates and Riley, I don't remember his last name. So Ben and Riley and Amelia are tapped because either someone has stolen or tried to steal Santa Anna's leg.
Great.
Why did they do that? Oh, we need to go look at it. Or basically, they find out that there is an inscription on the leg, some sort of pass key or something like that.
Let's see, what's sort of a Justin Bartha? looks like we're really kicking off the adventure with this one, aren't huh, Ben? Kicking off? No one's gonna give me anything. All right, fine.
And then from there, like they have to go to the Alamo for. How many steps do we need for this mystery?
Well, it's a leg. It's a leg, so one.
Yeah. No, I mean, so we go leg, Alamo, Grand Canyon, or like so 3 things.
No,
I
think
how
we
many
go,
more things do we need?
Leg to Alamo, and then Alamo is like, oh, that's what this is. The clue led us to the Alamo. The Alamo tells us El Dorado. We already found a city of gold. We found 2 of them, as a matter of fact. Like, no, El Dorado. No, El Dorado.
El Dorado is the.
My God, that's the one of all. Like,
the New York of City of Gold.
Yeah. It's the big golden apple.
Yeah.
So at the Alamo is when they realize what is being pursued here, and of course our villain has launched them into this somehow or another, and so it's a race against the bad guys as well.
Yeah. Other things to consider and have fun with. Because we can bring it into the like I like going having ancient treasures, early American history, and then getting something more recent. I think would be fun.
I honestly agree that if this is our 3rd movie, the climax of the trilogy, to work our way through several points of history is fun. So I'm with you on this.
So I like the idea of them needing to then follow a clue from the Alamo to 1 or 2 other things. I think it would be fun if they need to look at footage of, you brought it up,
JFK.
The moon.
Oh, the moon. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Boy.
They can't get to the moon.
Yeah.
So how are they going to find the clue that's on the flag that was planted?
Oh, my God. Or like, we need to go to the moon. What do they need to steal, by the way?
Yeah, I don't know what's.
We need to steal the moon.
Yeah, what's bigger than the
now, technically, they don't need to steal something because they did kidnap the president in the last one.
Well, that's still stealing. They're stealing a person.
When you steal a person, the legal term is kidnapping. Yeah, having some sort of breaking into Area 51.
Yeah,
look at some telescope.
So that's where I was going to go next. Is that
why am I against that? I love aliens. Why did I roll my eyes at that? Shame on me.
And then, because Riley can be getting crazy excited.
Yeah.
Aliens, we're finally, it's Area 51.
Yeah, I knew it. Aliens. It's not aliens.
And then it won't be aliens.
It won't be aliens. It'll never be aliens.
We can even do a fun little teaser where as they're sneaking through, Riley
I bet this
gets a glance into a room and there's something that looks like it might be an alien or UFO, and then they gotta go.
Yeah,
he can't,
or he looks and he comes back
or...
disappointed, like, Riley, what was it?
No, okay? I wouldn't want to disappoint.
No, let me have my joke.
Oh, sorry.
He looks in the room.
Yeah,
he's like, Riley, what was it? Was it aliens? No, it's just the room where they faked the moon landing. No, don't do that. I hate that myth. Whatever. But yeah, okay. So Alamo to not JFK. You're looking at Area 51, so they can somehow I think.
So either there's several incorporating something like that. Either they have to go to Roswell because I don't know how much you know about Roswell. It was a big old fiasco. A weather balloon blew up, and so there was scrap everywhere. And it had to be collected, and there, I believe there is still the notion. There are people out there that say that they have their grandfather grabbed a piece of it and didn't turn it over or something. No matter how, because the government agents were actually quite thorough in getting the stuff. So maybe they have to go there for that, or if we want to go to the moon, whoever is trying to protect El Dorado made sure to. The best protection they could do it was by getting it off planet. They literally
move the treasure to the moon.
They didn't move the treasure. God. Okay. They took the clue from between the Alamo and whatever, and they put it on the flagpole of the American flag that is planted on the moon, so no one can get it.
They could just destroy it. Why move it if they can? If
Did you watch these movies?
You're right. J. Edgar Hoover. So, what's the leg that's stolen? Whose leg was stolen?
Santa Ana.
Santa Ana's leg is stolen. Okay, correct. So you're suggesting that a clue they have to get is on the flagpole on the moon.
Yes.
How do you suggest they see this information?
Pictures. I know that that's a cheap way to do it,
Mhm.
but
So Santa's leg is stolen. That leads him to the Alamo.
or I know we don't go to the moon anymore. Could we just say that NASA is doing a moon mission currently?
Uh, no. How about the Russians or the Chinese? Like that America isn't going to the moon. Maybe maybe our villains are somehow like involved with. Oh no! Do we want a tech oligarch? Ah!
Oh, yeah.
Is that who's going after the treasure?
Mhm.
Are we going to do another tech billionaire supervillain?
We have to vilify them until they are gone.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay. So is our main villain Jeffrey B. Musk?
B Musk.
Musk.
B Musk up.
B. Musk up.
It could be. So to that end, I mean, granted, it's 2025, so that is 15 years after 2010. But I did read recently that a private company has successfully launched, completed a not just a launch mission. I think did they land on the moon?
We landed on the moon.
How do I look this up?
So, okay.
So anyway, so the way that they then get it is what they're. It doesn't make for a great ad thing, so they can steal something else. But as far as finding a clue on the moon, rather than just looking at old archived photos, what if they have to go to first to
Welcome back.
they find somebody who is doing a moon mission, and they have to sneak in and take it over, right? So Riley gets to do some tech stuff, and either it's on a drone or they're directing people over Mike or whatever, and the rest of NASA or Russia or China, they're panicking like, how have we lost connection with our space people?
I like the idea that
and
it's a drone.
Basically, go up to the American's flag. Is this legal?
Yeah.
Yes, it's all perfectly fine. Please go up to it. Look for an inscription on so and so. What are we doing here?
Just do it.
Just do it. Please read this.
So
It says this, and this. What are we supposed to do with this?
I like that they hijack a drone moon mission because that seems way more plausible than them getting to the moon.
Yeah.
And so they hijack it to read the clue on the flagpole.
Yeah, that's my thought.
Okay, I don't mind that. I know.
Or we could get crazier.
Go Mars.
The clue. I don't know why. We would need to come up with why. No, they inscribed it. I don't know why they would inscribe, because you're right. At this point, just destroy the clue.
Right.
But they inscribed it on a golf ball.
Oh my God! Come on. I'm willing to suspend my disbelief only so far. So they put it on a golf ball, and then Neil Armstrong hit it, and it's just somewhere on the moon.
And they gotta go find it.
No, get out of here! Get out of here! With it. Neil, did you hit the golf ball? Mission accomplished.
He wouldn't be in on it. That's the point.
Oh, so Buzz is like, hey man.
No, none of the astronauts are aware of what they've been, what they are part two.
No,
Okay.
not the golf ball. I'm willing to give you the flagpole or the flag itself.
Okay, we don't have to do that. We can go with something at Roswell. We could do something at Area 51.
Mm-hmm.
There's other things we can do. I just thought it would be right. That's the crazy bit. We need to steal the flag on the moon, or it's not like Ben. That's not happening.
Yeah. Did you know who you're talking to?
I mean, it's much less interesting if we come up with a thing like, Riley, you didn't know that's not the original flag, that it's been replaced 2 or 3 times. We need to find the original one.
Okay,
which is back here on Earth.
That's good.
Yeah, but it's very anticlimactic from "we need to steal the moon" or whatever.
We need to steal a space shuttle. Nah, that's too yeah. That's weirdly too outlandish for me. I think that
No, no, I think it is too outlandish.
yeah. There is some steam to it having to steal a drone to look at a moon. At where's Sputnik right now? Is it still rotating around the Earth, or is it burned up in the atmosphere?
That's not really a go to the surface of the moon
Right,
type thing.
it's the atmosphere. It's closer, is what I'm suggesting.
Oh.
It's like I'm trying to think if
Yeah,
there's
I don't think it's. I don't know what orbits the moon.
a lot of junk.
A lot of junk orbits Earth.
Oh, sorry, I said the moon. Yeah,
Yeah.
the orbiting Earth, a ton of junk to sift through. We got a freaking we have a Tej and a Roman up there right now
Mm-hmm.
in a sports car launched by some 17-year-olds
Yep.
in Japan.
I had a life before I met you.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's say they have their drone moon mission as an action set piece in this. We still have to get us to El Dorado, which you have suggested is within the Grand Canyon, right? Like that's our end game here. I think I still like the idea of it being a city of gold, but also that like Book of Secrets did this as well because there was a codex on one of the tombs that Emily Gates was excited, like, oh my God, this will give us so much more information to
Oh, sure.
like pre-century information, like this will help us read more, like
Mm-hmm.
so having
What if that is the clue that kicks it off, or the discovery of that we find out was what ended up motivating our villain to get put something together. He's like, I got to get Santa Anna's leg.
yeah that's a great that, and then we can have a cameo from Helen Mirren. We don't have to involve her in the whole adventure, but if her deciphering the information that they found in the previous location in the city, in the Book of Secrets Gold City, is what tipped the villain off. I like that. That's cool.
Okay.
Because then we have the reason I say that is because I still think there's something to the City of Gold also being like a vast record of pre-Incan knowledge, like a collection of like world maps and advanced agricultural techniques and mathematical systems, just like history. That it's a collection of ancient history, as much as it is a whole lot of gold. Which is that's what the other two places were as well. Is that it wasn't just gold and artifacts.
Yeah,
it was
I guess
history.
the knowledge was just it was tied to the stuff being old.
Right.
That's fine.
So, after our moon mission, I want to get worldwide with this because they went to Paris in the last one as well. Like, because if we're going from Alamo to Roswell space race stuff, like if there's an organic way to work through history, the Cold War against the Russians could tie into our oligarch.
Go to Russia, huh?
Yeah, going to Russia, yeah. And, watching Nick Cage put on a Russian accent to try to get through a thing, something Iron Curtain related, something dealing with the communists, Sputnik, I had already mentioned that. Something I like in the Book of Secrets is that there's the two desks. The Resolute desk is in England and in the White House. So something like that, where it's like another piece of this puzzle is elsewhere in the world, and disconnected from anything we've had so far, which is a lot of South American, both
Southwestern
US. America and South America. Like we're dealing with basically Mexico, ancient Spain, land, whatnot. I don't know if there's like an organic way to
then
get to.
If we do want to connect it to the most direct connection there is the conquistadors. So we have to go back to they have to go to Spain.
Okay, all right.
I don't know for what.
More conquistador stuff.
Well, some clue was actually stolen by the conquistadors and taken back to Spain. I don't know what that would be.
Or the next clue takes them to Spain. So like the next.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, right. Something happened somewhere in the Southwest after the Alamo, instead of the moon. Instead of the moon or Area 51, maybe they're their next clue shows the clue shows it was connected to something taken uh, uh, from Central America, and they go and they find that it was, I don't know, a friggin' a crown that conquistador Joe took, and he took it back to Spain, and so it's on display in Spain. So now they got to go to Spain
and heist something.
or just find the clue there.
Yeah. Okay, so Santa's Leg, the Alamo. Find out it's about searching El Dorado. Gets us to Roswell. The moon. They hack the moon mission. The next thing takes them to.
Oh, I was getting rid of the space race stuff.
I still think we can use it. I think there's still some. Fun
I don't know how we come back from the space race to then go to the conquistadors.
The clue on the pole, the pole.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to move us around the map here, as much as possible. Because if
I tried getting us to the moon.
You got us there. I let you take me to the moon. If it's finding some sort of key artifact stolen from the maybe this starts leading us to understanding the stars are the map here. If it's some sort of like sun disk that was like a missing piece of a small treasure that the conquistadors took back. Like,
what if the moon hint is the last one? Because
okay.
literally, when they finally get that clue
on
the moon, the clue is referring to the stars.
So the hijacking the moon mission, that's like the last piece before getting to El Dorado or getting to Grand Canyon?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And Ben is able to put together, I don't know what the clue would be, but the riddle is, but whatever it says on the flag, leads him. He's like, oh, that's referring to the Grand Canyon, right? Like,
yeah.
That's a terrible description.
No, that's not bad. So like if at the Alamo, that's what tips them off that they got to go to Spain, and then maybe from Spain we go back to Paris, or like Rome, we go to like catacombs or something. Then Machu Picchu, like we get to Peru, and then Roswell. Like that moves us through 3 different continents, and then the Roswell moon mission is the big, not the final set piece, because the final set piece is going to be in El Dorado, but I don't mind that, moving the moon mission there, realizing that the final clue is the codex is in the stars. Like all the clues that we solved along this way, and there's always another clue, and now we're stumped, and it's it's because it was always whispered. Like that's something that's established right at the beginning. The reason El Dorado was never found is because the legend was only ever whispered. No one ever found any tangible material, like maps or anything. Nothing was ever written. If it did exist, they never documented it. It was passed down through the most ancient of traditions.
And the conquistadors killed everyone who knew anything.
Yeah, and so then it's the revelation of like we were able to follow these clues to a point because this is what anyone else was able to cobble together, and then they reach their dead end after, like, if they get from Spain to Rome to Peru and then they reach a dead end. It's like, and there can be commentary in there about how when the conquerors came to these places, they devastated them. They killed all these people. So much history was lost because of conquerors instead of people coming with open hands without swords in them. There could be some history lesson in that. And in Benjamin or even Abigail, someone saying like that the real history is just the stories that have been left behind, the most ancient of tradition. Wait, they look to the stars, this to this to this, in Ben's way. It's like, that's it. That's it. We have to go to the moon.
Crap.
What?
I just figured out the justification for an archive of knowledge being called the Fountain of Youth.
Yes.
And how it relates to the theming that I identified in the 2 movies. Both National Treasure and National Treasure 2 2 more so has a message
Yeah.
about family, but it's not really about family. It's about legacy.
Yes. Yes.
The Fountain of Youth is literally an archive of knowledge for the young to benefit from. Thus,
Yes.
it is overflowing with knowledge for the, and so we can do it'd only be 3 years, so we probably wouldn't want to basically yes, talking about we can get into the notion of legacy and what one passes down to their children, and maybe that's what, like, we even do something with Patrick Gates. He's too old. He's too old to go on the adventures anymore. That last one in South Dakota was the last one for him. Ben, you keep going. By the way, when are you and you and Amelia moved back in? When are you gonna finally lock it down and give me some grandbabies kind of thing? And that could be the discussion of this movie. Right, and so then it ends with them being like, "Yes, we must pass down a legacy. Let's make some babies.
Let's start a family kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah, I don't because I had suggested that.
Now that's totally different. That's Fountain of Youth. That's not El Dorado.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, well, you know what? They mixed the Masons and the Templars. Now I know technically they didn't. I know that the Knights Templars did lead to the Masons historically. Maybe there's a suggestion that El Dorado and the Fountain of Youth are
one and the same.
One and the same. Yeah. That if our villain, our tech villain, our billionaire who like literally thinks he's going to find eternal life by finding the Fountain of Youth.
I mean, it's an easy pivot. We just the whole could we move the whispering thing to the Fountain of Youth? We just don't have to go to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. I don't mind that
because it can still be Santa Ana's Leg to the Alamo to Roswell or Area 51 to where? Louisiana? Is that where we want to put? Where do we want to put the Fountain of Youth?
Yeah, I mean, if we want it to be located in America, well, no, Louisiana is where the TV show went, so not in the bayou.
But that's where the Fountain of Youth is. That's why
we'll put it in
the
Florida.
Pirates of the Caribbean is.
We'll put it in Florida.
Okay.
I just because we'll be treading on ground that's already been covered by.
Not if we're set in 2010.
You are correct. If we set this in 2010, yes, this show doesn't exist, and therefore we can use it. Okay, it's in Louisiana. Yeah. Okay, so
no, I could work with shifting it. That's why it was never found. Everyone was looking in Louisiana.
Yeah,
but it was never there. It was always in the Everglades.
Yeah, it's because Ponce de Leon looked in Florida. He thought it was in Florida.
Yeah.
And so going Alamo to Spain to, I keep picking Rome just to mess with the church, to Peru, hitting the dead end, realizing the stars are the key, and somehow connecting that to we need to go to the moon.
That's right. You want to globetrot?
Yeah. Is it way too late in the game to have him do the moon thing? Like, right, because like stealing the Declaration of Independence is in the first 20 minutes of the first movie. Kidnapping the president is nearing the middle of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is it out of pocket to move
to have that be the third act?
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's late second act.
Yeah, I'm not saying it even could be that midpoint that the second one did as well. Like I'm okay with it if you're okay with it.
Sure.
Like, if we're selling this movie on we have to go to the moon, people will be waiting the whole movie for that. Maybe we don't sell it.
I think it could be middle of the movie. It could be the clue after the Alamo.
We have to steal the moon. We have to go to the moon.
Yeah.
No, I like it later in the movie. I like your notion that we get a few spots. I have fallen in love with my idea that they are in Peru and they discuss how sad it is to lose history because of conquerors, and think of how many people, how many stories, how many civilizations around the world are gone because of conquerors who've literally devastated entire cultures and buried them because they were stronger than them. And that lament, I think there's some I like that. That's sweet. And then realizing the stars, so that the big second act and the third act set piece is we have to go to the moon. That feels fun to me.
Sure.
Because then once you get that star clue, that moon clue, then getting us to the location of our big finale, the third act, the El Dorado or the Fountain of Youth.
The connection of the clues were whispered and needing to go to the moon and having the clue be referencing the stars for a star map or a star cipher,
Yeah.
I think does relate to the Grand Canyon better than the swamp.
Great. I'm cool putting it in the Grand Canyon. That the final location, the Fountain of Youth or El Dorado, or it's the same one and the same.
The only reason I really want to pivot over to the Fountain of Youth is because it does connect to that Easter egg of life-altering puzzle on page 47.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I really want to go back
Good.
to that
Okay.
story.
And it maintains legacy.
Yeah.
The theme that the movies have had.
Whereas El Dorado does not. It's just, oh, some guy wants a big pile of treasure.
Yeah.
We don't want him to have it.
And I love the idea of this villain being like, I'm going to find the Fountain of Youth and think in his own twisted way that it will give him eternal life. That he's so narcissistic and egotistical to think like, no, I don't believe in magic. It's some sort of science, some sort of alchemy. Like he's convinced himself that there was an ancient brain as smart as his that figured out. And like, yeah, if it was real, there'd be more immortals running around. like, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm the only one smart enough to figure this out. And whatever twisted trail he takes to get there, the disappointment is the defeat. To be like, where is it? Where's the No, don't you understand? This is.
Well, I guess if we said it in 2010, I think it's less believable. In 2025, private companies are doing space missions. I looked it up on March. In this past March, a private company did land on the moon. So if for the 2025 movie, it's easy enough to say, yes, there's private groups going to the moon and they hijack one of their things. And also what we can do there, we've built our own conceit. They don't just have to be like, oh, look, there happens to be one. And it doesn't have to be a national thing. Our villain could be like, oh, thanks, Ben. The next clue's on the moon. Guess I'm going to the moon.
Yeah. And so then they're
and so they have to hijack the villain's tech when looking at the moon. Or at least... it would be better if they hijack it, but if not just piggyback to see the clue as well.
Here's their plan. They're going to piggyback hijack it, and there's a delay from moon to Earth, right? And knowing that there's a delay, the plan is we catch the delay first, and in milliseconds they have to alter the information. So this is not this, but this. Like if the flag has a number system on it, Riley will catch it first and quickly alter it to send it to the villain.
So we get a tech feat.
Yeah, and that's the plan of like like we're gonna send them the wrong. We'll get the right information and then as fast as possible send them the wrong information. But our villains could be much like Ian in the first one. He was clever enough to solve these clues on his, like he did figure some of them out. That tech could be like, nope, run it again. I don't believe this. Like something where it's like
I think it'd be like, great, we have this info. Let's get going. And then like right as they get going, he's like he has a moment of wait a minute. Where's Gates?
Yeah.
And like they're tracking him somehow. And he's like, they're moving this way. Follow them.
Or maybe Gates. Maybe in the piggyback hijack situation, Ben is like caught in the mix. Like he's in the building. Okay, make sure you get this. Catch him. Make sure. Okay, where's like so that the heist goes wrong. So that when they do we got it and he didn't. I don't believe it. Like you know what I mean. Like having it the complication.
Like that, yeah.
Something goes wrong, and that allows our villain to go to second guess the information. Like,
well, yeah. Mine was just much simpler. That seemed too easy.
Yeah, follow him.
But but I think convoluted is probably more
Yeah.
visually entertaining.
And also, if he could just follow Ben, then I mean that's what Ed Harris does in the second one. It's just like set Ben off and follow him.
Sure.
And I'd like our villain to think he's clever enough to.
I wasn't disagreeing with that, just in this one instance where he's like, he used all of his technology and he quote unquote gets the clue first as far as he knows. And that's what makes him not trust it.
Yeah.
Wait.
How did?
I've not beaten Ben to an answer yet.
Yeah.
Tell me where he is.
Yeah. Are we still tracking him?
Yeah. It doesn't.
Yeah,
That's. We'll worry about that later.
In the actual writing of it. Yeah. I really getting the stars, using that as to find the final location, being in the Grand. We have to go to the Grand Canyon.
Wait, so if we can have it be. They don't have to go to El Dorado. What if that's just the next clue? They got to go to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And they have to astrogate, basically. They need to navigate by the stars, and they need to figure out, like, okay, this point's there, but on a map that does this, and so that's what's going to point him to Florida, or
no, I'm okay with it being in the Grand Canyon.
Nice. I really want to do Fountain of Youth now.
Okay, I was saying the Fountain of Youth can be in the Grand Canyon.
No, it can't.
You want to get to Florida or Louisiana?
Be in the Grand Canyon?
Traditionally,
Traditionally, the Fountain of Youth is in the swampy southern Gulf parts of the USA.
Okay. So traditionally there. So yeah, the Grand Canyon being this wonderful monument.
Unless that's the clue, right? Like in that case,
historically, the Fountain of Youth is most closely tied to St. Augustine, Florida. It's the most famous legend is Ponce de Leon landing in Florida in 1513 while searching for the Fountain of Youth, a spring that could grant eternal life. St. Augustine to this day is even considered the Fountain of Youth, has the Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park. It's a tourist attraction built based on the story. So we can get to the swamps, the Everglades in Florida, and now we avoid the Louisiana. So now that show
I wasn't worried about that. I would rather be more accurate to that than saying no. The Fountain of Youth is in Arizona.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so we can get to Florida. So I think still getting to the Grand Canyon and having them star chart their way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
Like they go to the Grand Canyon and they use the star chart there, and the star chart points them somehow. Like, oh, we got to go this many degrees off of that to figure out. Then that actually points at Florida.
Yeah. Well, how did you get here, evil guy? While you were busy looking at the stars, I was looking down at you with my satellites, and I followed you here. Some villainous, dumb thing to say. What are you scratching your chin about?
I'm realizing it shouldn't be in Florida.
Okay.
I'm now coming around to it being in the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
Because if it was in Florida, literally the internet will tell you that.
Especially in 2010 or 2025.
Yeah, anytime. Look up in an encyclopedia in the 1970s, it'll say
the
St.
Fountain
Augustine.
of Youth is in Florida. Yeah. Because that's where it's traditionally at.
Because that's where everyone thinks it is, yeah.
Great.
So the moment the words Fountain of Youth are mentioned, Ben Gates would have been St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. It's like, no, if it was there, someone would have found it. Oh, that's where it says it is. History
so it would be a matter of finding a connection between Florida and Arizona, right? Grand Canyon is Arizona, or is that New Mexico? Or is it? I'm.
Oh my God.
Bad at this.
The Grand Canyon is in Arizona.
It is in Arizona. Okay. Why are you laughing at me? I know so many things just because I don't know that.
It's all right. It was, that's fine. So you need to find a connection between Florida and the Grand Canyon? Like what is the connection?
Yeah. For our characters to unpuzzle.
Right. So now do we want a real one or we can contrive one?
The more real, the better. But we can contrive one. Great. The Masons.
The Masons! The damn Masons. Okay. So if we're looking like Ponce de Leon and the conquistadors, like Florida was their entry point, and they sent expeditions like across the Gulf Coast, the Gulf of Mexico, on this podcast. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And that eventually would have got them to Texas and New Mexico and Arizona,
if they pushed across the desert. Yeah.
So we could frame it as like explorers carried knowledge of artifacts from Florida into the continent, into the Grand Canyon, like they carved their way there.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. If I'm I'm trying to think of how the Fountain
Sure.
of Youth is located there, and someone had to have located it there. Is it the ancient Inca? Like the ancients are the ones who are aware of it, and the conquistadors never found it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because they killed everyone who had the knowledge.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
What if?
Well, there's
what if we have a story about the natives, the first peoples?
There you go.
Even though they're not a singular nation, there are many different tribes, especially with us going across the continent.
I am nodding. We could look up what Indian tribes are located in that area, especially like the Mississippi Valley.
Meaning that they would have had to cooperate. Like, hey, we got these people, these golden-haired, metal-chested people chasing us.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get this.
Yeah.
Please run it further away. Don't let them have it. Hide this somewhere.
The first peoples being so okay, all the way to the beginning of our movie when we see the Alamo as our prologue, having a First Nation person or people there in the midst of the battle, they're the ones protecting the information in the Alamo. Like that, it's not Davy Crockett and Daniel Boone protecting the Alamo's information. There are first peoples in there.
Sure.
So that then when we connect it all the way back, that they're the ones who who protected the secret. They were the whisperers, the wind talkers that protected the secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I use that correctly?
No.
No, wind talkers are the plains?
Wind talkers are the Navajos. They were
Okay.
Navajo. Well, the code talkers. Wind talker technically might be different. You might have used it properly.
That's all right. But yeah, having the first peoples move the information that it's so it's in the Grand Canyon.
Sure.
Okay. It's pretty late in the game, but we're gonna take a break right here. I realize now how long we've been going, and we've really got some steam going.
Yeah.
Here. I don't feel like we're in a stuck point.
No.
I feel like we've got some good momentum here, so let's just take a quick 5 for ourselves.
Sure.
And a quick 30 seconds for our listeners.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back after this. And we're back. Okay, thank you for allowing us that quick break. We do that for David.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we made our tech billionaire, our tech villain, with his going to the moon technology, works without problem in 2025. Don't know that it works in 2010.
Well, I counter with the tech billionaire villain in 1997's Tomorrow Never Dies, a man who had significant control over computers in a social media web before social media existed. So the villain in a Bond movie was not landing on the moon. Okay, well, that was Moonraker, but I take your point. I don't know if it's as problematic in 2010 as you might think.
I just it doesn't fall into what I feel is the fictional realism that National Treasure is. Obviously, things are embellished.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that embellishes it too much, too far. Also, the theme of as we've noted previously, that theme of legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And discussion of family and whether or not to start one,
Sure,
is much more appropriate in 2010 instead of 13 years later.
right. When they are
Because 13 years later, I mean, yes, I'm John Voight and
Helen
Mirren are still alive and they could still reprise their roles.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm on board. I get what you mean about 2010 is a better placement for this, and therefore our tech billionaire villain being like an independent billionaire who's going to go to the moon. Okay, a little harder to swallow in 2010, but having them be a subcontractor within NASA now allows us to go to Cape Canaveral and an actual
Sure.
landmark, or
Yeah.
going to Houston, right? Since
Yeah.
we're in the south, like west, like
They didn't launch from Houston though.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, but Mission Control would control the.
Yeah.
So
Right.
then
Yeah.
it's not. Then we're not controlling a drone space launch. We could be hijacking an actual spacewalk. Like we could in 2010.
Yeah.
It seems more feasible that someone's landing on the moon again.
Yeah.
In fact, that could be like, okay, so now dealing with the Alamo and Roswell. And I know we're mixing conquistadors.
Yeah.
We're like all over the historical board here.
Yeah.
This space race, like having Ben or Abigail be like, oh gosh, the thing I love most about history is, oh, I love the space race era. Like then maybe our villain, who's a contractor within NASA, is Russian, like having some sort of like Cold War connection in the midst there. I'm not saying we have to do that. Just the adjustment to 2010 isn't so hard.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's 2025, it's Elon Musk. If it's 2010, then it's a subcontractor within NASA, and we get to heist mission control, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel, and that's also a bit more on brand of hijacking something governmental.
Yes, I think so too. And it's more fun to think of it in 2010 terms. So thank you for pointing that out and taking it there. And also more feasible that in 2010, the idea of starting a family makes a bit more sense for the age appropriateness. Not that Diane Kruger and Nick Cage can't start a family later in life, but just thinking of our main characters and the feasibility of that.
Yeah.
It makes. I like. Yeah. The youth being such a key factor in this discussion of their childhood loves. I love this as a child. I love this as a child. What is our child going to love? We haven't talked about children. Just as long as, you make me your best godfather ever, Uncle Riley, everyone. Yeah. Riley's a good girls and boys name, right?
Actually, I think that would be funny if every time it's brought up in front of him, he's like, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. And Riley can be a boy or a girl's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And okay, cool. The finale of this, what's I like the idea that the loss of the villain is the disappointment of there is no fountain of youth, you idiot. The fact that you ever thought there was is just shows how much hubris you have, or how dumb you are. Do we off our villain now?
Does he die in some way?
Yeah.
No.
Ian was arrested. Ed Harris was crushed. And they showed it.
Yeah,
they didn't have to do that, Jim.
They didn't.
You said they did.
Because the way it was shot, it really felt like a. Now we need to show people that he's dead.
Yeah, we gotta crush
they
him.
can't because otherwise. Because I think if you don't have that shot, if he's just he's behind that wall somewhere, we have to get they do.
You're right.
If we don't see him die, our heroes seem less heroic.
Yeah. No body, no death. That's just the rule. And we had to see it. So that said, what do we do with our villain here? Do we have him arrested? Does Harvey Keitel come in and mason him? You're arrested.
Yes.
Yeah.
For what? We'll find something.
Well,
no.
As he could be a traitor in our midst. Like if we go to he's actually a secret Russian asset, and he is a sleeper agent within America and secretly Russian. And therefore, Harvey Keitel now is like, oh, well, yeah, we're arresting you. Treason, my friend. Oh, I don't want to go to your American prison. Oh, you won't be. We're going to trade you. We'll give you back.
Yeah.
You can go back to your motherland as a disgrace, but we're getting something in return because we hate Russia in 2010.
No, I don't want him to be that. I want him to be. Well, my initial thought is he is related to the conquistador. Maybe he's a descendant of Ponce de Leon.
Oh yeah.
Or another conquistador.
It's his legacy.
That was
This is my legacy.
Yeah. I deserve this.
Yeah.
And I don't care how much history I trample across to get it.
Oh man, what that sets us up for is a sword fight. Yeah, like if he's just so into his family's lineage and just having a sword fight. I don't know.
None of our characters are sword fighters.
I know, which just makes it better that we have to a flailing sword. Like Ben's just like, yeah, ching, 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 ching. He's just toying with them. Yeah. No. You know who ends up being a sword fight? Abigail. She just took fencing.
Abigail, not Amelia.
Sword fight. Yes. Monkeys in the jungle.
Absolutely. If we're gonna have a sword fight,
No.
can't have a sword fight if you don't have monkeys in the jungle.
Especially in South America.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Okay.
It's been done. It was done 2 years earlier in 2008 in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Did you see that? It's
what?
It's an Indiana Jones movie, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Indiana Jones.
I do not. Okay, you're not familiar with Indiana Jones? Henry
That,
Jones.
that old '80s franchise.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one in the '90s?
No, 89.
It was 80.
Yeah, it was the
yeah,
80s.
yeah.
Oh, it's old. Bleh.
The third one was '89.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. I thought I was older than that.
No, Last Crusade is 89. Yeah, because the 81, 84, 89. I think that's the rights. 81, 84, 89. Yeah.
Do we need any more jumps? I know you went to Peru and that works.
Mm-hmm.
We can actually go to the I don't know where it is. I don't know which place it is, but there's actually an image of, I forget if it's Mayan or Aztec, but they have basically the ancient astronaut. Do you know about that?
Certainly.
Image? Yeah. Like because we're going to the moon, we could try to incorporate that somehow.
Possibly. Yeah.
Actually, maybe that's what leads them to.
We have to go to the moon.
Yeah. But I was gonna say if we need more beats, because I know you wanted to globetrot. We can connect the ziggurats of Central America to the pyramids in Egypt.
I don't mind that. I don't mind getting to Egypt. I thinking of the Spanish conquistadors, connecting them to the Catholics in Rome, got like some sort of catacomb beat there. We might not need another set piece in another location, but I don't mind hitting the pyramids if we're gonna spread this across multiple. If we're gonna.
I didn't realize you were invoking the Vatican. Oh, do we want Ben and company to steal something from the Vatican archives? Like a clue has been locked away there.
Yeah, we get ahead of the Da Vinci Code by messing with the Roman. I had an idea, like if we got to Spain, I wanted to go some other European location. So I at random selected Rome because I didn't want to go to Paris again. I had suggested going to Russia, but because you evoked that the legacy of Ponce de Leon's on the line here, makes Spain is perfect for that. And then that just makes me think of like the Catholic Church getting involved. So having them have to heist something from. How many heists can we have in one thing? We might not need like a lot.
Infinite heists.
Infinite heists. That's the National Treasure 2, Infinite Heists, :
3.
And National Treasure 3, Infinite Heists, : subtitle, The Fountain of Youth.
Yeah.
Subtitle, Legacy.
Yeah.
So it's a real Legacy sequel.
Yep.
No, I think there might be some fun to. You know what? Actually, let me think here. Do we want to heist something from the Vatican? 2006, Mission Impossible heisted from the Vatican. So that predates the first National Treasure.
We don't have to be the first.
I know. I'm just trying to think how close we were to the Vatican recently being heisted. It's enough. It's 4 years away.
Yeah.
Wait, is that right?
Yeah, it is.
It was 4, 7. Okay. And I could take it or leave it, but I think still messing with Romans are fine. What were you going to say?
I realized. So if this movie is 2010, theoretically, then a fourth movie in 2025, 15 years later, would have, because we had them talking about having a kid, they would have a kid. That's how that works.
Yes.
So they would have a teenager.
Oh yeah.
And so the Gates teenager is entirely would you have them be uninterested in history and legacy and all these things? And so their arc through the movie is finding out that his treasure hunting dad like actually goes on real adventures, even though like there's proof that he does it.
Yeah.
That's teenagers for you. Everything my parents do is lame.
Well, we have successfully made a National Treasure 3 that's
We did.
making $570 million.
Yeah, easily.
We've successfully done that as
Yeah.
per our request. So Disney, never one to leave money on the table, they'll wait a little bit, but they're going to want to start a new trilogy. And who better to be the main character of that than now a teenage kid with their parent, with the parents as the as the supporting characters.
It's a TV show that'll fail in 2022.
No, it's not. This is a trilogy of movies starring Tom Holland. They've just plucked him from obscurity after the.
You didn't for once you didn't make it better by invoking Tom Holland.
I don't think a disinterested. The reason I don't think a disinterested one, because isn't that what they did with Alex in Mummy 3? Wasn't he disinterested in the adventuring?
In Mummy 2, he was interested. I don't think I watched Mummy 3.
It's for the best. it's for the best. If you dislike Mummy 2, you would hate the Mummy 3.
I believe it.
Yeah, having the fourth movie being the Gates kid, he would.
I think the reason I say that is because the arc is that by the end, the Gates kid is into this, is into the family business of treasure hunting and goobering about history. And ideally, right, as a vehicle, the reason this gets promoted at Disney is like, and we're going to get kids excited about history, and that's what this movie does.
Yeah.
Or should they be into it from the beginning? Like
they're
Ben grew up believing all of this.
Right. Is their kid Riley?
Yeah.
Riley Jr. No.
Yeah.
Is their kid, boy, like whatever their kid is, does it work better for them to not be interested? I think if you take that much time so we made our movie in 2010 and then they waited till 2025 to make a new one, a 15-year-old kid. 15-year-olds aren't interested in the National Treasure movies. Those are 15-year-old movies. We don't care. So yes, it makes sense that the avatar for the youth watching the movie has to be convinced to like the movie.
Okay.
There. It's a little bit of, it's sort of what some of the legacy sequels do anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, how do we appeal to a young group of kids who don't care about this franchise? Make the main character not care about this franchise, and in the end, make them love it. Yeah.
Nice.
That's our National Treasure 4 soft pitch.
Does it start with Patrick Gates giving Riley Gates? Although I think it's probably funnier if they don't do that.
Middle name's Riley.
Sure.
Yeah.
What would be? Do you think so? Ben Franklin Gates was obviously named after Ben Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
Does Ben Gates follow that tradition and name their kid after
some historical figure?
After a founding father of some kind?
Yeah, probably. Sam. There you go. It's a unisex name, so it could be a boy or a girl.
Alex.
Yeah. So Patrick.
So Patrick tells Sam some secret, and then shortly after is killed. And so Sam doesn't understand the importance of this weird thing Grandpa said before those people showed up, and thus Ben has to take Sam. Ben and Abigail have to take Sam on this adventure because Sam is now in danger, as the whole family is, and Sam has the only clue. Yes, Sam could say it or write it down, but nevertheless, Sam has the clue necessary.
Possibly, except for the fact that is Mummy 2. The kid has the clue, and that's why the villains drag him along.
I didn't like that. Well, the villains drag him along, and I'm glad you said that because I was going to suggest, what if they have to rescue the kid from the villain? And I don't like that very much.
I do like the idea of Patrick giving some historical significant prologue to Sam, and then dying, and now Sam is invested in this adventure for the sake of his grandfather's dying words. Whether or not those dying words are specifically a clue or just like Christopher Plummer just told the legend of the Knights Templar gold.
Sure.
And that's what he was fascinated by. So even if Patrick died years ago, like it's the prologue is the last conversation he had with Patrick. So Patrick is just in the opening,
Sure.
passes away. It is now full 15 years later, and young Sam is doggedly obsessed, and
Oh, so they are interested,
or
from the-
disinterested.
yeah.
Sorry, interested, disinterested. I don't know, but like the call to adventure is rooted in the legend that Patrick bestowed upon
Okay.
Sam.
And what if that legend is something Patrick that the Gates family has kept hidden, that Patrick has kept hidden,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't tell Ben because Ben believes everything should be brought into the light and
Yeah.
is to be shared.
Yeah,
But
knowledge.
this secret is too important, not is too important and must be kept.
This secret is somehow connected to every major American war.
Sure.
So then we have like, it's historically connected to World War One, World War Two, Vietnam, the Afghan War, possibly. I don't know if we want to go that far into modern history.
Well, if Patrick was given this secret by his dad,
Mhm.
Patrick is old enough to go back to
Vietnam era,
Vietnam himself.
in Korea. But yeah, I
yeah.
chose the World Wars
Sure, yeah.
as a subject matter that the National Treasure movies haven't touched on.
Mhm.
Allows us a lot of points in history. Allows us a lot of reflection on,
Sure.
once again, legacy.
Mhm.
Visiting Pearl Harbor at some point would be might be something to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that kind of gave me a little tingle just thinking
I
about
like
that.
the idea that a secret is left on the Nimitz.
Oh, the battleships.
Yeah,
So,
the one that you can go view,
Yeah,
right? They
yeah.
have the glass bottom
Mhm.
bridge.
yeah. So in having a nice reflection on the significance of history and the sadness of that in that moment.
But also with adventure,
Right.
and
Yeah. Like,
excitement.
Taking a moment in the adventure to acknowledge the import of what history costs us. I think
Sure.
these movies, in their own PG way, have managed to do that just very slightly. Like, I love the moment when Benjamin reads the Declaration of Independence in the first one. It's just like, even when we were watching it, I was like, let's just take a moment to let him read that, because it's a great moment of just
Mhm.
like, people don't talk like that anymore. We talked about the twisting of those words in the wrong people's
Mhm.
heads. Yeah, I just think, and then we even created that with our looking to the stars moments, so having a moment of reflection in a fourth movie. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, of course I like it. I pitch it.
So Vietnam, World War II, World War I, the Civil War, the Revolution, or do we put another battle in there?
I mean, if you want to go with those key wars, yes, there's
Well,
plenty of other
'cause-
skirmishes we got ourselves involved in over time.
Well, but specifically, I think the through line is the notion of freedom
Mm-hmm.
and democracy, because
Mm-hmm.
the opponent that we faced, at least ideally, at least what we tell ourselves, was tyranny.
Yeah, yeah.
Authoritarianism,
Authoritarianism, fascism, like that's what we're crushing. Freedom,
Yeah.
freedom is
because
yeah.
because they're trying to take it
Mhm.
from us. The opponent ideologically is set against us.
Yeah.
So if each of those are pivotal, well, Vietnam's that's why, like, it does go back to that. Vietnam's the hard one. We
right. We were the usurpers.
we were
the wrong
giving
place.
we were giving freedom instead of protecting it.
We're giving you freedom.
I mean, we were protecting South Vietnam from.
that's
a sticky one.
It's a sticky one. Yeah, it's a little touchy subject, but yeah, it's how fantastical of a nature can we go into these points in time without disrespecting them.
Yeah.
That's why
the other ones I chose, I feel like they're more righteous. We can find theaters where it's more righteous.
Mm. And maybe that comes into play narratively to say, like, it's these wars for freedom that we, because even like you're right, Vietnam, and therefore Desert Storm, and now take it or leave it, however you want to view it through the lens of history, giving you freedom as opposed to helping you fight for freedom. There's fuzzy lines here.
Right, and right. You could say we were fighting to save the Kuwaitis from Iraqi tyranny, and that can be true, but also our presence there was sus.
Right, and that's the nicest way to put it. So perhaps it is those older wars that we maybe Vietnam or Korea being the forgotten war. Maybe somewhere in that era is where the secret, like, was handed to Patrick
Sure.
whatever this secret is. We
Yeah.
actually haven't even said what it is.
Yeah.
We
And
created
maybe,
this.
maybe it's not a family secret.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a secret that has been passed down by soldiers.
Yes, yeah, something like that, and it would have stopped there because if the theme is legacy as well as freedom, yeah,
And this one, I know we're not going into the details with all of the beats, but
yeah.
this one can go back to 355.
Yeah. Yes. I'm in, damn it. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's that element of like the secret soldier, like the soldier who sacrifices everything. The idea of the original Secret Service in 355 and like were specifically selected soldiers by Washington that he knew no matter what, and I never need to know. I know that you will always fight for freedom and independence and the true American way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to know what you're doing to do it. They are this clandestine way of handling.
Well, and in our National Treasure 4 here, it's not just that. What they're doing is they're protecting a secret.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we got so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, we don't have a whole one here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much longer we're going to go here.
We can.
I wanted to give something a little different. Like we got two demands that were sort of for the same thing.
Right.
But
based on
15 years apart, they I didn't feel right saying you two share this sandwich.
Sure, you're right. Yeah. So to Marissa, who didn't specifically say 2010, that we could do something set in 2025. You're right. And I could go to when we're doing the sign off, I'll find that we had at least 5 other National Treasure demands.
Okay.
I'll get your names specifically because these have been coming in since season 1. So just giving a tip of the hat to the people who've also sent demands. And I won't read the demands. I'll just get your names. I'll bring the spreadsheet up. Yeah. Also, the fascination Ben had with the treasure as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
there could be an element of fascination in Sam for that like secret spy, that American, that shadow figure. Maybe there's some fascination in that. Maybe the admiration of 355 as a character.
I'd almost rather have her discover 355 through this adventure.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea that 355 ends up being like they cross paths with the current one. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But you bring up a fun notion, the idea that her dad is fascinated by a treasure. He's fascinated by secrets uncovered,
mm-hmm.
whereas she is the opposite. She's fascinated by secrets kept.
Yeah. That's a fun little twist there and creates for a different enough characterization to play with.
And a good friction between parents and
now
and
we got to
child.
share this. We're going to share this. Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
No, Dad. This needs to stay secret.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's great. That's a really fun notion there. Yeah. Let's call it here. And Marissa with 2 S's, not 1, and Justin incoherently grunting. How do we do? We want to know what you think of that. Did we meet the demands for today? You can hit us up if you agree or disagree, or please, what did we miss here? What connective tissue that we didn't have that you want to point out to us? You can message us directly at studiodemandsit.com or on Instagram at studiodemandsit. If you're not already, you can subscribe to us on all the podcasts catchers of your choice, and if you feel like giving us a little review, you can do that in app and help us get into the algorithm. You can find us on YouTube and TikTok, where we post video content, including material not heard here on the show. Jim, what do you got? You got something?
No, I'm thinking about well, they didn't really. Did they globetrot in the first one? I guess they were in Antarctica to begin with.
Yeah.
But that was then they were just in the America, right?
Yeah, the second one is when they went to Paris. Yeah, the other one they stayed mostly in. The second one they went to Paris. First one
Yeah.
You threw me for a loop there because this is normally where you talk about Reddit and Discord, and then later I'm
sorry. I was thinking about stuff. Yes, I got some stuff. You can join the conversation on Reddit at r/Studio Demands It.
Yep.
And you can also join us on our Discord by going to our webpage, studiodemandsit.com, and there's a link to the server at the top. Just click on that and then pop on in.
Lon Jaster, Paul Home, Marcel, Patrick, and Jason Rubin also all asked for National Treasure type demands.
I hope you guys liked this episode as well.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think of these and how on or off they were from your demand.
And if you want even more, you can head over to Patreon. For a couple bucks a month, you can get episodes early, commercial-free, extended double-length episodes. We did a nice half-hour conversation about independent film from trauma to today. We also have commentary tracks that are available to either sync up with your movies or skip and just go to the end of the commentary to listen to bonus conversations about said film, and not necessarily demands, but occasionally we meet our own demands in there. And you can also just subscribe for free on Patreon to get notifications, as well as the occasional suddenly conversations. Massive thank you to 6.5 Media for everything they do for us. Please check out the other 6.5 shows. Now, Jim, you were thinking about other things. Was it the Globetrotting one? That was it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
Well, if that's it then, that's it for the episode. So thank you everyone for listening. We'll be back again soon to take on one of your demands as our Hollywood overlords.
Cinema.
Damn it, I was trying to get you to do the overlord thing. To challenge ourselves.
That's at the beginning.
I know, and I screwed that whole thing up. Remember how weird that first 3 minutes was?
No, I don't remember at all.
Let's remember that for a second. Okay, good times. All right, I'm TC.
I am Jim.
And that's how we awkwardly end a show.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good end.
Oh, damn.